Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video where today we have some quite sad news as Budge has left Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. From face value, this is quite sad news, and hopefully Budge does well in his future career. So he's no longer part of the show, and he has released some quotes that we're going to be looking into, which does give a lot of, there's going to be a lot of interpretation in today's video. And one thing I'd like to say beforehand is that even though we know he has now left and he has said some quite interesting things in his statement, I think it's too early to assume the worst right now. I know for some people it may seem quite bad, and I can see reasons why the statement and this news does look quite bad, but I think the best thing to do is just wait a bit and see what the real answer is, because there are actually quite a lot of interpretations we can get out of this news. So on the 14th of March he released this statement on his Instagram. I know it's quite small, so we'll depict each paragraph individually. So it starts off with, "Hello loves, it is with great sadness that I am writing to tell you I have departed from Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series." So yeah, this is just a quite basic opener trying to explain the situation. But now into the main bit, which is quote, "After recently seeing the first episode shot over the last year, Amazon has decided to go in another way with the character I was portraying." So I believe the first episodes he is referring to is the 2 pilot episodes. So that will lead us to our first interpretation, which is that often with pilot episodes of shows there's lots of chopping and changing, and they normally review and see what went right and what went wrong. And I know I can refer you guys to the most infamous Game of Thrones pilot episode, where a lot of the main characters, I believe Daenerys etc, were recasted. So yeah, then normally the pilot episodes, they look over everything so far and see what's good and what needs to be improved on. So the first interpretation is just that Amazon has seen Budge's character, has either decided he may not be the right actor for the role, which isn't the actor's fault, maybe it's just that character has been written incorrectly or not in the way that they would like it. But then the other thing is that maybe Budge himself has not liked the way Amazon is decided to go with his character. So maybe when he originally got the job and got the part, his character description and things that he was going to do in the season was one thing, but then after seeing the pilot episodes, Amazon have decided, no, we want to do something else with this character now. And then Tom has probably said, oh, that's different to what I want to do. So that's maybe where the difference could be, and that's probably the worst case scenario. So with the rest of these comments, I just want to go through the best and worst case scenario for each one. Now moving on to the next bit, he has said quote, "I must thank the creative team for their encouragement towards trying something that I believed was new, exciting and beautiful." So there's not that much we could take out of this except from one thing, which is that he said "I believe" in the past tense. So we could maybe interpret from this that he originally, when he got the part, thought it was going to be new, exciting and beautiful, but when he's actually played the role and when Amazon have decided to change character up a bit, he thought it might no longer be new, exciting and beautiful. So maybe there's been a change from what was originally planned. But again, this happens often on pilots, so yeah, it's just a 50-50 here really. Finally, in his statement he has said quote, "And I sincerely thank the extraordinary cast and crew for their love, support and friendship over what has been a very difficult and unusual experience. Alas, some things cannot be." So from here, I know the first thing you're going to be looking at is very difficult and unusual experience. And one thing I'd like to say is there's so many interpretations of what this could be. So if we are assuming the worst, it may be that maybe he didn't like his time on set of the show and he found it quite difficult and unusual, but at the same time he could be just referring to COVID and how that has disrupted the filming and production of the show. So, and there could be other things as well, so we can't directly know what he is on about here. So, and but the top bit is nice as well. He has talked about his love and friendship with the cast and that things cannot be, which is true. So, what are my initial thoughts on this? Well, I think I reiterated this enough in the video already, but the thing is that some people I know from this, no matter what, are going to jump to an extreme or to a far conclusion, and I could probably do the same thing and probably put in the title, "Oh, he has left due to creative differences" and stuff like that, but I don't want to do that because there's already enough maybe negativity around the show, and this probably most likely fuel this negativity a lot, so there really isn't no point, and it's most likely fear mongering anyways. But it is quite interesting because most likely with pilots there's normally chopping and changing happening a lot with characters, how the things go, because remember, this is the first time that they are seeing the show properly visually since the script, so yeah, there might be changes there, and either Amazon has decided to let Tom Budge go or Tom Budge has decided to leave, and that is what we do not know yet, which is why we cannot jump to a clear conclusion as there isn't one. But some of his comments, for example, like very difficult and unusual experience and the creative differences, of course will probably be blown up a bit, or it'll be zoomed in on, and that in the same time is fair enough to do that because he hasn't given full clarity on what he's meant on those comments and what those comments are referring to. So yeah, it's all up in the air right now, and of course, as I've said before, it right now I think it's just best to wait and ride it out and see what happens. Maybe Amazon had maybe seen this character that Tom Budge was playing, it wasn't working properly, and that might be a positive because now they're going to change it and make it suit the show better. So yeah, there's positives and negatives to take out of this. But let me know in the comments below what you think on this situation. Of course, no matter what, even if he left on good terms or bad terms with Amazon, it's still sad to see an actor leave, of course. And as I said to him privately, good luck to his career and his future endeavours as well. So as I said earlier, please let me know in the comments below on this news. I know there's going to be some automatic people probably assuming the worst, and there'll be some people just saying, oh, it could be this, it could be that, and maybe assuming the best. And I think just we have to wait and see what comes up, because we probably won't know about this for a while, because when actors leave the show, they'll probably sign an NDA or something like that on the lines of that, where they probably can't talk about the show or the experience for like over a year or something along those lines. So yeah, this is just something to hang on to, remember, for the future. So thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. But until the next video, my friends, and next bit of news, goodbye.